Just last week, Russia, Iran, and China held nuclear talks, and Joel Rosenberg is warning that this can get very dark very fast. Joel Rosenberg, All Israel News editor-in-chief, warned in an interview on Fox News that the situation we are in right this minute is far more dangerous than any of the New York Times best-selling novels that I've ever written. This is the highest stakes that we've ever been in, and it's all about American leadership. He believes that the Chinese president was ready for Harris. But if Kamala Harris came in, we would have seen a Chinese invasion of Taiwan in 2026 or 2027. But now the Chinese president is going to have to recalculate everything. He added that Trump could also persuade the Chinese leader to carry out a tactical retreat and make Russia back off its war in Ukraine. He said that China sees itself as the number one threat to the U.S. He thinks that the Chinese president might be willing to help nudge Putin back down so that it clears the way for China to be the dominant player in the world against the U.S. and not Russia. But he also cautioned that Russia might resort to using tactical nuclear weapons due to the humiliation of its failure to conquer Ukraine, even after 3 years of fighting. Putin, he warned, has to either find a way out of this with honor, which he doesn't deserve, but we certainly want the war to end, or he's going to go crazy, he said. Regarding Iran, Rosenberg acknowledged that Trump's offer to negotiate with the regime has made some in Israel nervous, but added that he is confident that the president is setting up a decisive action by giving Iran every opportunity to come and make a deal. He's being very generous, but Iran is saying no. So that is allowing Trump to take the opportunity to take the next kill shot to work with Israel and maybe even the Arab countries, or just go it alone and take out Iran's nuclear facilities once and for all. In other news, representatives of China, Russia, and Iran called Friday for an end to U.S. sanctions on Iran over its rapidly advancing nuclear program and a restart to multinational talks on the issue. The three countries' meeting was the latest attempt to broach the matter and come after U.S. President Donald Trump, who wrote to Iran's supreme leader in an attempt to jumpstart talks. China, Russia, and Iran emphasized the necessity of terminating all unlawful unilateral sanctions, and the three countries reiterated that political and diplomatic engagement and dialogue based on the principle of mutual respect remains the only viable and practical option in this regard. It goes on further to report that China and Russia have particularly close relations with Iran through energy deals, and Iran has provided Russia with bomb-carrying drones in its war against Ukraine. They are also seen in sharing a joint interest in diminishing the role of the U.S. and other liberal democracies in determining world events in favor of their own highly authoritarian systems. In regard to Russia, Iran, and China, it's being reported Iran, Russia, and China are conducting an annual naval drill in the northern Indian Ocean. The Daily Mail is reporting that at least 31 are dead in U.S. airstrikes on Yemen as Iran has escalated a war of words, claiming action violated international law and warning that it will retaliate to any attacks. Trump, in a post on social media, vowed to use overwhelming lethal force and ordered Iran to immediately cut its support. The Houthis warned that strikes will not pass without response, while the Iranian foreign minister condemned the deaths and said that Washington had no authority to dictate its foreign policy. The Houthi website slammed what it called U.S.-British aggression and Washington's criminal brutality. The U.S. Central Command, which posted images of fighters in a bomb demolishing a building compound, said that precision strikes were launched to defend American interests, deter enemies, and restore freedom of navigation. It goes on further to report that the Pentagon spokesman Sean Parnell said that the Houthis had attacked U.S. warships 174 times and commercial vessels 145 times since 2023. Finally, it reports that Trump said that to all Houthi rebels, your time is up and your attacks must stop, starting today. If they don't, hell will rain down upon you like nothing you have ever seen before. Do not threaten the American people, their president, or worldwide shipping lanes. If you do, beware, because America will hold you fully accountable, and we won't be nice about it. In the meantime, chilling pics show China's giant D-Day style invasion barges are moored off coast as fears grow they could attack Taiwan. The giant troop-carrying barrages are capable of delivering fleets of tanks and thousands of troops directly into Taiwan's roads. China is building at least 5 of the giant troop-carrying barrages, according to the satellite imagery and military sources. The communist state is also building its largest ever aircraft carrier, capable of launching war jets from 4 runways at the same time. The intensive work going on in Chinese shipyards suggests that China is planning a massive amphibious assault. Now, these barrages were spotted moored off the coast of Taiwan and sparked new fears that China is preparing to invade Taiwan. Poland's president again called on the United States to deploy nuclear weapons to Poland as a deterrent to Russia. The latest indication that the frontline NATO nation is increasingly considering nuclear protection as fears of Russia grows. And the Gateway Pundit is reporting that President Trump is reportedly moving forward with plans to retake the Panama Canal. Trump asked military leaders to draw up options for a plan that would either see the U.S. partnering more closely with the Panamanian security forces or potentially taking the canal back by force. In the meantime, over in France, a socialist French lawmaker has demanded that the United States return the Statue of Liberty. He said that the U.S. no longer represents the values of freedom, therefore it should send the Statue of Liberty back to France. In other news, Russia stating that the deployment of peacekeepers from NATO member states to Ukraine would trigger an all-out war between NATO and Moscow. He made a post on X stating that they're playing dumb. Time and again, they are told that peacekeepers must be from non-NATO states. He also advised them to consult with President Trump. So we continue to see the prophecy, wars and rumors of wars, as noted in the books of Matthew, Mark, and Luke, come to pass right before our very eyes. I also want to mention, though, that Putin and Trump apparently could be meeting soon, as well as Trump and the North Korean leader. So that should prove to be very interesting, as it was last time. So we'll see what happens, and I'll continue to keep you updated. But I'd love to hear from all of you. So please do leave your comments below this video. When you have some time, come and visit us on our social media pages, such as Facebook, we're on X, Truth Social, Telegram, MeWe, Rumble, Getter, and also come and visit us on our website at www.cww7news.com. And stay tuned, because tomorrow I will be releasing a teaching on how to work with toxic or difficult people as a Christian. So stay tuned for that. Have a great evening, you guys. Thanks for spending the day with me, and I'll see you tomorrow. God bless.